How we doing, folks? Good morning. That's funny. There must be some type of bug in this version of the client where if you stay on the loading screen too long, it bugs out when you finally click in. Been playing the music from there as our starting music. I did that yesterday too. Morning, first Ken. Hello. Alright, so we left off yesterday at the start of our rank up matches. We win 2 out of the 3. We make it into the A rank this morning. I think I want to try this pure artifact build. I haven't really played a ton of artifacts without puppets. I think I'd like to give this a go today. D-Shook, thank you for the half a year. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Good morning, good morning. Let's dive into this one, huh? Yeah, Ancient Cannon's not a card I've played a ton of. I'm curious to see how it feels in today's games.
Justice for all the dimensions.
Opponents playing Portalcraft. Honestly, in a Portalcraft mirror, I think it's greedy, but I'm gonna keep both Orcus. If they're puppets with a really aggressive draw, I could get punished, but I think that's fine. So, for people that haven't seen Portalcraft before, it's one of the more mechanically complicated classes in this game with these artifact cards. So you have a bunch of art cards that generate these gears, and these gears fuse into different things. And I'm gonna get punished here with an aggressive start for what it looks like. They fuse into either a Striker artifact that's a 5/1. Or this 4-tier artifact, which is a 3/1. And then you turn these into different things that power up and can heal you or hurt your opponent's board, etc. I think it's important that I just kill their 3/2 this turn. Bullet from Beyond can do that. We're going to go ahead and fuse these because it combines them together and means my hand's not going to get over full. And this one could go ahead and kill this, and that puts 2 into my hand, and then I have hard hand size limit of 9, so I want to go ahead and fuse these into another one here as well, so we don't overdraw next turn. Rukina here with its evolution will help us stabilize the board a little bit here, which is nice. Be curious to see, yeah, okay, so they're not using their evolution aggressively, which is good for us. So I'm going to go ahead and she adds 2 gears to my hand. I'm going to go ahead and fuse this into this. Oh, I guess I could just, with the game, I could actually just Doomright Ward, right? So Doomright Ward, when she evolves, she puts a copy of one of my artifacts into play. And this Omega artifact deals 3 damage to everything on my opponent's board at the end of the turn. Again, I need to just go ahead and keep fusing, so that way my hand's not over full. So I don't need to attack here, because at the end of my turn, this is going to sweep their board.
Dude, watch the thingamajig.
We're at 13 defense here, but one of the artifacts that this can fuse into, we can fuse into heals us every turn. This mostly cleans us out, that lets them kill that. They're a little bit short on being able to attack for this, so Stream of Life lets them finish, and then we're going to have a fully empty board here, which I think is solid for us.
Don't move. Impressive.
Oh, they have those, okay. this was actually a really good drop because I get to go ahead and play this Ancient Cannon out now, which in addition to giving us 1 artifact, also says whenever I fuse 2 artifacts, I deal 2 damage to one of my opponent's things at random. So we get to do that and hit it for 2, and then this artifact recharge gives us 2 artifacts, which I can then fuse into another one, which lets me deal another 2 to this and clean it out.
Never forgive.
There's 2 big payoffs for having all of these artifacts in my deck. One of them is Ralmia, who can put 3 different artifacts from my hand into play as copies, so you get to keep the originals. And then eventually, if you get the Alpha, the Beta, and the Omega, you get to summon up this 10-10 that kind of does some crazy stuff on the board for you. An opponent's definitely taking a very aggressive position here. This is the one that deals 3 to my face directly. What's my plan here? I ideally don't want to play these artifacts out because I want to be able to I want to be able to have copies for Ralmia to put into play. So let's look at me some artifacts in my hand. When I evolve her, she creates a Striker artifact on the board, which is a 5/1 with Rush. So the 5/1's gonna let me hit this, and then this can hit this, and then I can go ahead and fuse. I kind of got to the side, so I'm really far off. I need more health to buffer my health total. So I think I actually want a second healing artifact because I'm pretty far off of putting the 10 drop into play. So I think I'm gonna fuse this into one of these and get a second alpha. So that way next turn when I Ralmia, I can drop 2 healing artifacts into play. Now, one thing that's a little bit awkward here is my hand's at 8 cards, and when Elise dies, she gives me another gear, meaning if this dies, which is likely, they're going to be able to they're going to be able to brick a draw on me. This is a good start for us. I wonder if they're gonna super evolve here or not.
I have no regrets.
So no super evolve is good for me. So you have a hard space size limit of you can't have more than 5 cards on the board. So I'm gonna go ahead and attack with this. And now we've survived to the point where I get to start playing my 8 drops down, which should mean we end up in a pretty good spot here. So Ralmia drops down and gives me copies of each of these that are permanent. So each of these is going to heal me for 3, and this one's going to deal 3 to their board here. So I'm going to go up to 16, and we're going to kill their thing.
Not the end.
I've got a ton of gas left in the tank now. We're at parity in terms of super evolutions here. And I'm a little bit ahead on board. I'm a lot of bit ahead on board, but usually board straight out in this game. I wouldn't be surprised if they had their own Ralmia here, for example. Yeah, one of the things that makes this artifact archetype so powerful is that it has so much flexibility.
Follow me.
So when you need board sweepers, you can make board sweepers. You need life, you can make life. And this one that my opponent made, these are temporary, so I don't have to worry about these doing anything to me in the long term here. I think I want to just go ahead and play Sylvie here as a gain 4.
This land
Just
is
keep
both
my life total
cradle
high.
and grave.
You can't play this card due to a card's effect? What does that mean? What am I missing? Why can't I play this? Oh, this is a gear. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. I thought this was the make 2. My brain is bad. Ignore me. My brain was like, why can't I make 2 things? I was like, I'm playing this to clear my hand space. This is
It is what it is.
my brain. It's our first match of the morning. I was like, I'm missing something. Is it crazy to play an Orcus without anything else in play? My hand's a little clunked up. I think I'm just playing an Orcus and smacking them for one. We're definitely not burning a Super Evolve.
Let down your guard.
I think I want to put... I just want to be like, okay, you need to do something to interface with my board. To the person on the YouTube side that says double Orcus in the opener keep was wild, I think this game's playing out in a spot that shows why you're deeply and incredibly wrong. Like, the Portal Craft mirror match is not ending almost ever before we get to a point where I can play my Orcuses out. And it is very perfectly reasonable to put myself in a spot where I have a bunch of top end in a game that's going to go to a spot where I'm gonna get to play that top end out. So if I was playing against something like Swordcraft, for example, yes, keeping 2 8s in my opener is insanity. But when I'm playing against a deck that's not going to be pressuring my life total, and it's going to be about who has more bombs when we get to 10 plus energy because we're going to get there, keeping cards that mean I'm going to be in that favorable position is a very reasonable thing to be doing.
All paths lead to extinction.
Oh, I'm actually in a spot where I don't have...
Free of entry.
Huh. This has aura. And because I played I made a second healing artifact, I actually can't big bot them back. So I can Orcus and kill their thing with Orcus, but my pause here is me trying to conclude, can I survive an Orcus out of them? And I don't think I can, right? Is what it ends up coming down to here. Six. Oh, you know what I can do? Is I could do this into this into Super Evolve
Lend me your strength.
into fuse this into here into this hits here, this kills here, and then this heals me up to 10. So I know this play looks a little funky, but this play gets me out of dead to Orcus range, which they're 18 cards into their deck here, so they're very likely to have an Orcus. So I need to get my life total above 8 in this spot, so I don't die to Orcus.
Lend me your strength.
And now they're out of Super Evolves, which means Orcus is no longer scary. I do need to get my life total above 10 so I don't die to another big bot. But once I get my life total above 10, I don't think they're in a spot where they could really come back out of this. Yeah, and I could just Orcus them this turn, which is great. While also advancing my board. And Orcus actually means, I don't know exactly how many they have. They're probably a little bit off the big bot right now. But I can, oh my. Oh me, oh my. Well, that's definitely the play then, yes. Fuse. So like, this puts me off of getting towards my big bot again, but I'm gonna have enough eventually anyways. I don't think they can win if I just like heal to infinite here. So let's do this. I don't even have to use a super evolution. Heal 6. I was surprised to see so many streamers playing Shadowverse Worlds Beyond unsponsored, but I haven't seen anyone play the regular game in years. It is hard to put into words how feature complete and excellent this client is compared to every other digital card game I've ever played, basically. The graphics are incredible and the gameplay is stellar. It really, really just kinda has it all. Am I Orcusing now? I think I might be Orcusing now. Yeah, and also the framing the question is why are people playing the brand new game when no one's playing the one from 10 years ago is also. Yeah, it's time for Orcus to pivot here. They played these out without making copies, meaning they are like completely out of gas here.
Only ransom I take is blood.
And the way this game played out really hammers home why I think keeping the double Orcus and the Portalcraft Mirror opener is a very reasonable, solid thing to be doing. Like that game played out in practice exactly how I expected it to. Even with my opponent having a somewhat aggressive start, they were not remotely enough to run me down, and then I had all of the healing and stuff help me stabilize, which all the healing and stuff let me stabilize, which meant I had plenty of time to leverage all of my bombs. The Portalcraft Mirror is basically never ending before someone has a chance to absolutely get this massive grind fest going.
This brings me back.
Wow, this hand is honestly perfect, right? If they're the aggro Dragon Craft deck, we are about to give them a massive run for their money. We have a 1-drop into a 2-drop into a 3 into a extra play point Doom, right? And if they're the ramp Dragon Craft deck, I have pressure here to attack them early. Is this deck harder to play than Forest? So the deck it's very different to play than Forest. So Forest has one big complicated turn. The artifact deck is more so about being able to identify what your game plan is over the course of multiple turns. So Forest has a big single lethal counting turn. Because we have the amulet in our deck that lets us deal damage when we fuse, we don't want to fuse artifacts in advance here unless we're gonna overdrop. So I'm not fusing these. Because if we top deck that amulet, it's good for us.
Ouch. Am I stronger?
I think I want to position aggressively against. I think I want to position aggressively against the ramp dragon deck. So I'm gonna fuse this with 2 1s, which gets me the beta artifact, and the beta artifact's a 4/4 that domes my opponent for 3. And then we're going to go ahead and play the Doom Right Ward, which when I evolve this, it puts a copy of an artifact from my hand into play. So we'll get to do this, which gives me a 4/4. So we'll get to hit this, and then this 4/4 is going to hit their face. And this is the sweet part about artifacts is, again, you gotta figure out what is your role in the matchup that you're playing. Are you the aggressive deck? If so, you're doing things like beta artifacts, or are you the controlling deck, in which case you're making things that heal you typically. How aggressive do I want to be here? I think the answer is pretty aggressive, right? I think it's crack you for 4, and then I'm gonna play this, and I'm gonna put another beta artifact into play, and I'm gonna kill their 5/1.
Fate is in our hands.
Possibility.
So this kills this, and then they go to 10.
Never forgets.
They're hitting Overflow next turn. Don't tell me stuff I know. Tell me why that's useful to know. What should I be concerned with when they hit Overflow? What should I be playing around?
What honor is there in solitude?
Witness my kung fu.
That's a 7/12.
Tail cleaver, bane of dragons.
Are they dead? Pretty close to it, yeah? I'm gonna pause and figure out if I have lethal this turn. I don't think I have lethal this turn. I think I'm playing the Striker artifact. Oh, did I have lethal with the Super Evo? I might have had lethal with the Super Evo. I didn't count that. I failed in my roll assessment here. Oh, that was lethal with the Super Evo. My brain is so bad. That's fine. It'll be fine. We're super ahead. I definitely had lethal with the Super Evo there for the +3.
Stand proud.
You've heard this. All right, cool. And I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. A lot of people told me I underranked Forestcraft, calling it B tier, because it can be incredibly powerful when you play perfectly, and I think that's true. However, that game really highlights why artifacts are A tier in my opinion, because a deck that's truly powerful is going to carry you to wins through making some mistakes.
This too.
And that's what I did not play that game perfectly. We called out some of my mistakes as I made them. There's so many things to consider, but the power of my deck was able to push me through making some mistakes. Let's throw the deck list up on the screen here. We're going to continue grinding this one into A tier this morning. Appreciate everybody hanging out after these adverts roll. If you're watching on the YouTube side, you're enjoying the Shadowverse gameplay on the regular, make sure you tap the like button. It's an easy, free way for you to help my content grow and make this a sustainable part of my schedule. I would love to keep doing Shadowverse stuff on the regular. Appreciate the folks that have liked and commented and are showing up every day to watch. Is the battle pass worth it? If you have gems to buy the battle pass, it's the best use of those gems in the game, yes. Gives you the most stuff for the in-game resources you can spend. Burnite could have been a concern when they hit 7, sure. But she sweeps the board, and then we still have plenty of follow-up, right? And it's not like It's not like I was taking game actions. I could take game actions to play around something like Burnite, right? Can you Super Evo and Evo? Yes, so an effect like Doomright Ward that triggers on regular evolve also triggers when you Super Evolve. But, oh, you're saying I didn't miss lethal in that last one because both my things were evolved. Yes, you're correct. So I actually didn't miss with the Super Evo because both of my Doomright Wards were evolved already. You're right, you can't Evo the same thing twice. Haha! I thought I missed something, but I didn't. What portal version is best for ladder right now? So anecdotally, my favorite portal build right now is the pure puppets build, but I haven't played a ton with this artifact deck yet. So check back in like an hour. We'll see what my opinion is. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they're both fine.
Justice for all the dimensions.
We have much to discuss.
Another portal craft beer. I think I'm gonna keep the Doomright Wards. I'm gonna mulligan these two, looking for some cheaper things that put generate some artifacts for us, which is exactly what we drew. Perfect. Oh, you could have had lethal in that last game by using the Doomright with the Rush artifact plus the beta and then still playing Stream of Life. Yeah, that would have gotten us across the finish line. Good catch.
I'm armed for a freaking...
We'd have gotten 3 from the beta. We would have still cleared their blocker. We'd have tacked them for 8, and then our artifact would have done the last 3. We also could have had a Super Evo in there for an extra 1 point, so we technically had 12 points on that last one. I could play Stream of Life to use some energy and push a point to their face, but 1 point to their face probably doesn't matter, and saving Stream of Life for killing something like a Uni here is significantly better.
Don't move. See you tomorrow. Lol.
And then I'm at 9 cards in hand here, so we'll go ahead and fuse 2 of these so I don't end up overdrawing next turn.
I'll be your mentor.
I think I'm gonna take an aggressive posture here to start. So I'm gonna fuse this into these. And then I'm gonna go ahead and play the Doomright.
The curious artificer dons their mask.
We'll evolve and drop the beta.
Activate. Enhance. Fire.
So the which 5-cost artifact you get is decided by how you fuse. So the healing artifact is a 3 plus a 1. The beta artifact is a 3 plus 2 2s. And the gamma artifact is a 3 plus a 3. And the thing to keep in mind that's a little wonky when you're first thinking about how artifacts in this game work is that the beta artifact and the gamma artifact technically take the same number of gears to make because you could fuse 2 1s into a 3. So when you have 4 1s, they could be 2 3s or a 3 plus 2 1s. Is the thing that's a little bit screwy to think about. So because 1 plus 1 equals 3, it means 4 1s can be a beta or a gamma. I think I'm just gonna continue putting a bunch of pressure to their face. Because it looks like they're playing puppets, so I really want to kill them before they can start Orcusing me.
Fate is in our hands.
possibility. Such shed a scream.
You know, honestly, and this is, I need to decide how I'm fusing here. I need to decide how I'm fusing here because I'm going to overdraw otherwise. I think I'm actually just going to get another beta artifact, which means I'm not working towards the big bot, but it means when my Realmia comes down, she's going to chunk them for just a ton of damage.
This land is both cradle and grave.
So they gained 4 from that, and then I assume they're going to evolve, and this lets them wipe my board.
Why seek to fall from paradise?
Oh, they only regular evolve. Well, that's really good for me. They're saving their supers for their Orcus, is what they're doing. Okay, so I'm going to play. I honestly think I'm just going to keep an immense amount of pressure on them. I think it's Doomright
Furious artificer dawns their
into
wrath.
super, drop another beta,
Name of hope.
and then I'm dealing 5 to them here.
Cannot stop such.
They take 1 from this hit.
It is
They take
all
1 here. They take 3 here. I need to fuse my artifacts again.
Only ransom I take is blood.
And then next turn, I'm threatening Realmia with a bunch of betas, and then I can just play 2 betas eventually as well. So I assume they're going to tap this play point and Orcus super evolve us. And then our goal here is to just run them down through that.
And gain their heart. Let down your
They're
guard.
going to have to spend... They're not spending their Orcus to pressure me because I'm pressuring them.
Let down your guard.
Impressive.
They need to kill my stuff here.
Never forgive.
So Realmia gives me 3 artifact copies. Then she gives my artifacts +1/+1. Do I die if I don't kill the Orcus? Do I have to kill the Orcus? Second Orcus isn't lethal if I leave the Orcus in play, right? That's only 15. Yeah, I think it's this.
Eat my stardust.
And I think it's this.
Activate. Enhance. Fire.
Activating auxiliary engines.
And I think I do this. Hit you. Hit you. And then they take 6 here down to 3. Meaning if they just play Orcus, I'm not dead to the Super Evo, and they're dead to another beta just being played next turn. So, just to count here, this is 8, and if they Super Evolve another Orcus, she's 1 plus another 7. So they can only do 16 here with an Orcus. They would get an 8 ball, plus a point from Super Evolving, +1 from their Lloyd, and then +6 from the 2 other ones it makes. And that is where a lot of the skill in this game comes from, and being good in spots like this is knowing your opponent's output range and being like, okay, I can make this play and not be dead to their combat output. We lost to a double Puppet Shield. That's so unlikely. Losing to double Puppet Shield is not something you're ever supposed to play around there.
This too is the power of the heart.
These first few games have really done a stellar job of showcasing the output range of this artifact deck. We had that one where we built up a bunch of healing and we stayed alive, and then this one we're like, okay, we're the beat down here, we're making a bunch of beta artifacts, we're chunking our opponent every turn for as much as possible, and we're running them out of the game.
Justice for all the dimensions.
Welcome to Hades. Spirits.
So, if the rest of my hand didn't have an aggressive curve, I would mulligan this looking for cheaper things, but you usually wanted Orcus on 8, and with a 1, 2, 3 to keep us alive into Abyss early, I think I like the guaranteed Orcus for turn 7 when we're going second here.
Looking for a spark of inspiration. Right in the kiss.
Hit their face, kill their thing. The more common Abyss deck is a little bit more mid-rangey. Going up and playing Cerberus is a little bit bigger shell. So while they can have aggressive starts, usually you have time. Saying it for you at home as well as the benefit of myself, you don't want to merge your gears ahead of time in this deck because we're playing 2 of the amulet that when we fuse, we deal 2 to something on the board at random. So kind of waiting to make that decision has some value. Now I might want to spend my energy on this. I do want to fuse this turn, because if they kill this one, she adds a gear to my hand, and then I'd overdraw. I'm not strikering to kill this. My artifacts have so much value in my hand. So I'm getting an extra point back next turn, so this is a use it or lose it. We're gonna go ahead and play the Sylvie. Do I want to gain 4, or do I want to draw some cards? I think I need to draw some cards in the spot that I'm in.
This land is both cradle and grave.
I mean, I do need to merge an artifact here for the sake of not overdrawing next turn. Oh, I actually need to merge twice in case they kill this. Yeah, so we're gonna go up into a gamma here. I think I'm gonna burn an evolution to keep my life total a little bit high here as well, since I've fused out of the option to have a healing artifact in the short term. They have the Reapers, sack a thing to kill a thing.
What it is.
Now this will be a feast. Right in the kisser.
I think I'm just gonna Sylvie. Put myself back up to 19 here.
Cradle and grave.
Yeah, at least up to 5 points of damage here. Yes, the opponent's deck sets up big burst turns with Cerberus, but they're extra scary if they have the cemetery in play. So we will want to keep our defense as high as possible.
Dude, watch the thingamajig.
I think I'm gonna Orcus.
I lost my strengths.
It's a little aggressive, but they're at 15.
Fate is in our hands.
I want to be heard. Let down your guard. Come back.
I think because their life total is low here, I actually want to put 2 points on this to get 3 to their face here.
Chains to ash and boredom to dust. Let's toast 'em. We can flame 'em good. It's really heating up now. I'll char everything to a crisp you up. I'll rough you up.
They're gonna heal a lot. Actually, they're gonna pressure my life total here because we're racing, is what's going on. Well, that was a pretty good draw. Do I die to second Cerberus next turn if I don't heal? I don't think so. 5. I think it's just this probably.
Lost my strengths and gained a heart. Let down your guard.
In the name of hope.
I want to be heard. Let down your guard. That was a blast! Back. Run away! Run away!
I have one evolution left here. The fact that I committed to the Gamma and not the healing artifact was probably a mistake. Yeah, I think second Cerberus might get us here.
We can flame 'em good. Are you having any fun yet? I'll char everything to a crisp you up. I'll rough you up.
Yeah, I think we're dead here. I don't think I have a way to take this off the board. And these represent 4 to my face. They probably have a storm unit or some other burn too. We're dead. We're dead like 2 different ways. Even if we figure out a way to clean this, I'm still just at such a low life total. This being at 9's a big deal because Doom Rate is only 4 plus 3 is 7.
Only ransom I take is blood. I'm armed for a freaking circus.
Activate.
This lets me kill their board.
Bottomless ammo. Bottomless tough luck. Never forgive. Follow me.
Alright. I'm at 6. We could be dead here. I played to my out. This is good. This is as good as we could do.
You will take my hand. I treat all my
Chip in a chair, hope in a prayer.
Of memories.
I can keep this up all day. A gentle heat blooms within me.
Major
Upon the
bummer.
blue rose.
Don't move.
Stream of life. I think it's just Doombright again, yeah?
Follow me. Made a narrow escape.
They have 6. I'm dead. I'm dead to the deal 3. Then I have a way to not be dead to the deal 3. I don't know.
You're simply delusional.
Be still. Be still.
It's funny, the card games change, but the gamer's taking lots of needless game actions when they have you dead to rights stays exactly the same. The slow rolls are immense. That was a close game. I think with slightly different fuses, I could have a chance to win that game.
Justice for all the dimensions. This brings me back.
I think we mulligan Orcus against dragons. That could be aggressive. Honestly, even against the ramp build, I don't love it. Yeah, what a perfect curve here. We're going first.
Looking for a spark of inspiration.
Yeah, you've been liking this game so far. This game is the best traditional card game I've played in a long time. If you're one of my old timers who liked Magic the Gathering or Runeterra, I think you will absolutely love this game.
Is that a jingling purse I hear?
We are the control deck here. I am going to exchange my resources to kill their things and keep my life total high.
Steel against steel.
Is this just a bullet for my Valentine here? I think so.
This is the new me. Right in the kitchen.
Fuse one of these so we don't overdraw next turn.
Stay close. I'll do
Too
it.
slow.
No one will get past us.
I think I just prioritize healing here. Are you looking to join their tournament structure? I mean, I'm gonna play their asynchronous tournaments when it's convenient. And for the short term, I'll be making content at least. We'll see what the long term brings. Content numbers have only been okay.
Enhance. Fire.
But while there's not another big thing, okay is good enough.
Such craftsmanship.
Run in current. This is the new me.
The best way if you enjoy my Shadowverse content and want to see me keep you out of the regular past watching every day, consider subscribing to the channel. The Twitch side direct support's a big part of what lets this be my job. I didn't fuse another one, so I bricked the draw here because I'm talking to chat.
What? Think I shine too brightly?
It's unfortunate. Hopefully it's not a good one, he says, before bricking an Orcus.
Am I stronger?
I'm sad to lose that, but could be worse, I suppose. That's true, it wasn't an Orcus. I kind of just don't have anything better to do with my resources this turn. There's no way I'm doom raiding, right? I'm definitely not playing anything out for free. I might just be this.
I'm armed for a
With the healing in hand, I can take a hit.
spark of inspiration.
Losing that bullet could be game losing. We'll see. There's a chance I could really need that.
Stay close, Otohime.
Strike fatality.
For Otohime!
So we're gonna take 8 down to 11 here, and then I'm gonna heal to 14.
Dude, watch the thingamajigs.
Oh, that's a big deal. Now I need to evolve this. So we do this to put these into play, which heals me plus deals 3 to their board. I need to kill this though.
Our hands.
You like stupid lol. Major bummer.
Then we go to 14 and clear their stuff. And then next turn, I can fuse a second alpha artifact, which will let me,
Eat my vapor trail. He gave me direction.
It's a lot of damage. Oh, was that the best draw on my deck? I think that was the best draw on my deck.
This land is
These have intimidate, meaning I can't attack them directly. Almost punished for not having the bullet, but
ambition.
Sylvia off the top, here to bail us out potentially. I blame you for getting me into Pocket, but I forgive you for getting me into Shadowverse. It's a real good one. All right, so fuse this. Fuse this with this. Put Realmia into play, dropping all 3 of these.
Stand proud. You earned this.
Just that infinite healing portion of the game.
This too is the power of the heart.
We should leave a ward artifact in case they top deck a big dragon. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I was going to. They were out of Evos, right?
For all the dimensions.
It's a game.
Opponent's playing
Enjoy
Haven.
yourself.
Definitely mulliganing Stream of Life. I think I'm mulliganing Realmia too. I want to top deck her later. I'll keep the 2 in the Doom right board. This is a matchup where we are likely the beatdown, meaning we want to pressure our opponent out of the game aggressively. Means we're going to want to prioritize crafting beta artifacts typically, unless something goes screwy.
I'm armed for a freaking circus.
With them having Pact of the Beast Princess here, we're actually pretty happy to have redrawn Stream of Life.
Some justice. To the
There's
face.
1 plus that, we'll clean this. Although I'm probably just doing this next turn, yeah?
Lol.
So I'll do this, and then I'll stream here just to spend my energy, I think.
Almost.
Since I have the Doom Right Ward.
Here's the booster.
We were at 5 and gaining 6, Jace. I had 2 healing things in that last game. Extra energy. Play this.
Curious artificer dons their mask.
I think I am. Like I said, I'm gonna take this really aggressive slant here. We're gonna craft a beta to start. Drop this.
Enhance. Fire.
I could have made a gamma to kill this, but I think I'd rather hit their face for 3 than keep this at more HP.
Promise this won't hurt. Now, let
I'm
us
getting to hit them in the face for 4? That's lovely.
Such craftsmanship. The curious artificer dons their mask.
This is really aggressive, but I think that's the role we want to have here. I'm not at risk of overdrawing, so I can end my turn. This is their play their 6 energy cards, sweep the board turn. Just a Soul Cure Sister is really good for us. I assume they're going to burn an Evo and attack.
Seeing stars? Wonderful.
And then I have a bullet for my Valentine queued up here. So I get to go ahead and clear this.
Feeling better now?
And now I'm hard committing to the burn plan, right? So I'm basically saying we're not going to get to the 10 drop artifact. I'm fusing 2 of these into another beta. And then I've got 2 Doomrite Resurgence here to drop these that I have a Ralbia to follow it up to. So we've just got like 6 instant speed to the face here for the next 3 turns. Plus a couple of super evos to get chip shops in.
Fly forth into an endless sky.
Come on, for old time's sake.
Brace yourself.
So they're gonna hit us for 6 here, which is not nothing. They do 2 plus 4. I think I have to take a pause on hitting their life total to Sylvie and clean up the board. But that's fine. That's why we have super heroes. I think I have enough cards in my hand to kill them at this point, so I'm just gonna heal myself here so I don't accidentally die while we're burning them out. So this kills 2 things when we super evolve her, and then she gets to attack.
Ambition.
I leave the rest to you.
Guilty.
So they're up 1 regular Evo, but we have a ton of pressure. Like I ranked in my recent Dex tier list, I think Haven's the worst class right now. It has some powerful pieces at the top end like Janine, but the supporting cast around it is just a really, really kind of clunky. Yeah, we actually have a really sick setup here now. I can Ralbia next turn to drop 2 betas, and then on turn 9 I can double Doomrite to drop 4 betas.
It is what it is.
Although with that play, I think I pivot from that plan. I think it's bullet
I've longed for this.
into energy Doomrite.
Follow me.
So they need to gain 5 here. They need more than 5 actually, right? They need to gain 6 because I
Well,
can
I
deal 7 next turn with the 2 betas plus Ralbia's super attack potentially.
This too is the power of the heart. Justice for all the dimensions.
Sword!
Rain
What a
comes
mulligan
down.
Orcus. I feel like the sword matchup has to be the Ancient Cannon matchup, so I think I'm gonna keep it and we'll see how it feels. If not now, when? See, this hand seems pretty ideal at stunting their initial onslaught.
Stick to your path, no matter the hardships.
I think I just cleaned their board, right? Kill this trade.
To the shores of victory. Not all is lost.
We're the control deck in this matchup. Meaning, we want to prolong the game and make trades on board to keep our health total high.
No matter the hardships.
Okay, and then we play her, and then next turn, I have extra energy, ancient cannon, fuse a bunch of stuff, and murder their board. So every time we fuse something, this is gonna deal 2 to a random enemy follower.
Honor has no place on the battlefield. Is here.
To the shores of victory.
Damn, that hurts. Am I strong?
And then 3 fuses empties their board.
To the shores of victory. Not all is lost.
This does mean I have to commit to which artifact I'm getting now, but I think I'm fine committing to the Gamma for the time being when their board is empty and I have 19 HP. We want to get a Gamma and an Alpha in our hand ASAP to give us the option of defensive
The
artifacts.
Lord Commander dons her mask. Currently, this world lacks
So we'll do this. We'll fuse this. We'll fuse this.
I yield.
Am I evolving? I can't decide if I'm evolving. I don't think I am. I might have actually been wrong to play this. It might have been better to go 2-3. This is close.
Activate.
It could be right to pass.
Possibility.
We're not getting a ton of value out of the heal or the board sweep. I think I messed up when I played this. I think I was supposed to play the 2 plus the 3 to keep this in the tank. Because this is my only way to cheat an artifact into play. So now I have 0 ways to cheat artifacts into play in my hand right now, which means spending this resource was probably wrong.
I'm here to spread the love.
Repent.
My star is the star of paradise.
Yep.
This kitten's got claws. Perfect shot.
Ouch! Only ransom I take is blood.
So use these, kill that.
I leave the rest to you.
I think we're still in a fine spot. I didn't use my resources as efficiently as I could have. Because I didn't, we're not as far ahead as I could be. And so I am still ahead, just not by as much as I would like to be.
Here.
To the shores of victory.
Goes.
Even fate shall fall to this blade.
Never forgive.
Like, if you ever want a measuring stick for how far ahead you are, the fact that I don't need to super evo here to answer their board is like a really big deal, right? So I get to go ahead and bullet this one,
This is not the end.
and then I could go ahead and do this,
Got claws.
and this lets me go hit
Shot.
here, And then I can go fuse this, hit one of them. Honestly, I might leave them the 1/1 because I kind of like having the flexibility to go into a beta potentially. Nah, an extra healing one's probably fine. I don't think I'm gonna need a big. I might want a big bot. That's close.
Not all is lost.
Pierce through the heart of darkness. Find my blade.
In steel.
Hmm. %80 to be happy with this choice. Cool.
Growth is fulfilled.
I lost my strength and gained a heart. Let down your guard.
Fate is in our hands.
That's a really awkward play that I'm making just because of this. We'll see if my poor decision making catches up with me this game. We've had some slops.
Growth is fulfilled.
Is this to be my
If they hit like a Gito, we could maybe be in trouble, but I also have triple Orcus, so we're probably fine. I just need to find a couple more ways to produce artifacts, or ways to cheat the artifacts into play. Alright, cry havoc and set loose the dogs of
Stick to
war.
your path, no matter the hardships.
I lost my strength and gained a heart. Let down your guard.
Oh, I guess this is a free point. Yeah. You know, it's funny. I think my biggest mistake this game was that turn I dropped the Doombright Ward and didn't do the 3 plus the 2 instead. And we ended up losing my Doombright Ward for minimal value. There's been a lot of choices this game, but I think that's the big standout in my mind of, oh, I messed up.
The Lord Commander dons her mask.
Pluie de paix.
Reason.
To the shores of victory.
Help is here.
To the shores of victory. Not all is
It's
lost.
a weird attack.
Come back. Did it?
To the shores of victory.
The second Ancient Cannon might be to put into play here.
Not all
I gave
is
up
lost.
5 points of damage to guaranteed clear their board here, which may or may not be correct. I could die to running Owlbears. Is the
Wrath will fall heavy on your head.
Repent.
The hour of reckoning approaches.
curious artificer dons their mask.
So I fuse this. And then I think it's this. Get a copy of my healing artifact.
Possibility.
And then I'm gonna play the ward artifact out.
Such craftsmanship.
Is this the end?
Because now I'm not dead to Albert, right? Because they're out of Evos.
Hour of reckoning, Pops.
To the shores of victory. To the shores of victory.
Albert's only 6 off the top.
I was overconfident.
And now we just work towards the big one, yeah? So I'm not dead to Albert so long as I clear their board. So I'll go fuse.
Not all is lost.
But is there any reason to gain life or anything here? I don't think so, right? And I don't want to fuse yet because I can clear their board with the fuse. YouTube chat is getting aggressively wrong on the other side. Yeah, some of them are playing 7 power storm card could get us. I don't think I play around that. I think I just chill for a turn.
We fear the dark because
And then we make the big bot, and then once we live this turn, we can't lose. Centaur could have killed us, but that doesn't mean we're right to play around it.
My oath is fulfilled.
All paths lead to extinction.
I lacked
The
foresight.
Great Purge.
If I have this, and even if they answer this, we have Orcus as a follow-up.
soldiers, lend me your courage.
I think this game was another good example of this archetype being really strong because
To the shores of victory.
I definitely had a number of slops
To the shores of
that is
victory.
dragging us across the finish line.
Survive.
All right, another Geno means we're playing a game.
I lost my strengths and gained a heart. Let down your guard.
Activate. Enhance. Fire.
I want to be heard. Let down your guard.
Now Orcus is lethal. No is the answer to your question. She is not lethal.
I was overconfident.
I must stay strong.
Orcus is lethal. No.
Not all is lost.
Again, I mentioned earlier that the second cannon might have been a mistake. I don't know. I think all roads are leading towards Rome here.
Pierce through the heart of darkness.
Oaths
By
are
my blade.
forged in steel. My oath is fulfilled.
Honor has no place on the battlefield.
They are. We're playing a game. I made enough mistakes this game that we are still playing.
The curious artificer dons their mask.
I oath is fulfilled.
I think we got him. Yeah. Again, I guess they could have another Amalia. Another Amalia would do it. They've only played 2 Amalias, right? Yep.
Impressive. Young
Yep.
Paragon dons his mask.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh! They've got a bunch of live draws. We're dead to Owlbear.
Good little dove should be in bed by now.
Dude, watch the thingamajigs.
Something that makes gears. That makes gears, right?
This burden is mine to bear.
Alright, so this kills their board.
I leave the rest to you.
Oh, you can't use this without 2 artifacts to put into play? Wow, I didn't know that. Huh. Do I have to play this? They've only played 1 Owlbear, meaning I'm better. They're a little better than 1 in 8 to kill me if I don't play this.
Soldiers, lend me your courage.
We fear the dark because it
Let me aid
Forged in
you.
steel.
God, that's incredible.
I'm armed for a freaking circus.
Stop it! Fuck you! Oh man, is that frustrating.
My oath is fulfilled.
That's beyond ridiculous. That's unreal. God, their draws have just been so fucking stupid.
I have no regrets.
I think that's it. I don't think we have any draws. I messed this game up at several points. GG opponent. The opponent played that really well. I know it's really easy to focus on the fact that I got pretty unlucky at the end there, but I think the opponent played this game really well, and I had a couple of really key points where I made mistakes that we talked about. And my mistakes gave my opponent a window to claw back into that game. And they were able to play well and draw well, and we got punished for the mistakes that I made. This deck's super fun. It's got so many different lines in it. I feel like the end of that last game, and obviously I'm a little biased, but I kind of want to switch. I kind of want to switch this 2-3 split here. The cannon was really good in the sword matchup there. It was part of the reason why we were able to claw the way back that we did despite my mistakes. But I think I'm gonna swap. I think I'm gonna swap these two. I mean, it's in a game like that really lets you highlight what type of gamer you want to be. You can complain that we got unlucky with Ancient Cannon. You can complain that my opponent's draws were well, or you can choose to be reflective and look back at the 100 different decisions I made that game and be like, I should have made better choices in key spots here, and I would have gotten ahead. My opponent would not have had the window to get lucky if I had played better. And you can't control where your ancient cannons hit. You can't control what your opponent draws, but you can control your decisions. And if you want to get better at games, you got to focus on the things that you have agency over, not on the variants. All right, I'm going to roll an advert. I'm going to make this swap, and I think we're going to play something else for the next leg of the Shadowverse this morning. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Don't go anywhere, gamers. If you're watching on YouTube and you're enjoying the gameplay and the Shadowverse stuff, make sure you tap the like button. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps the content reach some more people. Appreciate the 50 folks that have done that already this morning. Why no Lovestruck Puppeteer? Because this is an artifacts build and not a hybrid build. The build that plays some amount of puppets looks a little different. If you're not familiar, I'd recommend checking out my tier list Dex Roundup, where I walk through the 3 different portal builds. There's pure artifacts, pure puppets, then there's one that's kind of a hybrid mix of the two. Jeff, your philosophy on things like that really helped me get better and keep me motivated. Love watching your content and seeing your games. Thanks. Yeah. And for people, I know Shadowverse has brought some new folks in. If people aren't familiar with me, I've played card games competitively for decades. I've top-8ed dozens of hundreds and even thousands of player plus tournaments in Magic the Gathering and some other games. I really gotta say, props to the Shadowverse ladder. The Shadowverse ladder is the least punishing, most encouraging for you to actually want to get better, as opposed to making you feel like you're constantly getting downtrodden on than anything I've ever experienced. The cleanly separating your MMR, which impacts your wins and losses, just letting your number go up is what you're working towards. It's such a good system. Your MMR group comes and goes, but your rank points are forever. I'll play for the second one. Do some Abyss. One of the Hoaglandians shared this aggressively slanted mid-range build, or brunch, as I like to call it. I wish they showed your actual MMR, because groups doesn't actually reflect that. I mean, have you ever played any other card game? Because having a group for your MMR is more transparency in what your MMR is than almost any other game I've ever played. Most games are incredibly obtuse. They don't give you any transparency into it. I think having a broad strokes of where your MMR is at based on group is fine. Let's do this one.
Those ephemeral
Oh, Portal Craft. Time to get grindy, huh? I probably want to mulligan looking for some lower to the ground things here. Honestly, it might just be a full mulligan. Want some 2s and 3s. Well, I mean... Okay, Hellhound Blazer is the one we're looking for. These Reaper Death Slashes are not what we're looking for. I want things that play early and start attacking.
For you, dear, I would give anything.
Do I want to Rage of Serpents and kill their puppeteer? I think I do. It spends my energy for the turn and keeps us ahead on board. If they have like a puppet striker, I'm a little sad.
Here to spread the love.
This is fine. They trade back here. This is better than bricking. It at least gives us something to do with our energy this turn.
I'll be your mentor.
If you had a chance to play Antina, I don't know what an Antina is.
I'll
So
always
need
look
to,
forward
yeah, tell me what the card
to
does.
make your acquaintance.
Deity, beast, all
See you tomorrow.
hunks of meat.
Remain calm. It will be over soon. Scalpel.
On to the next hunt.
I think I'm in a position where we're mistress of the fagging to kill this. We're definitely not in a beatdown position.
The screaming.
I need to take the puppet master off the table. What deck do you have the most fun with? I really enjoy the forest craft deck.
Soon, these strings will
Roaching
be
people has
around
been my
your
go-to for funsies.
My. Good for you.
Am I just spending an evolution to kill this? I think so.
Demons aren't to be trusted.
It's pretty resource efficient. It puts us at evolution parity.
If I must, I'll become a demon myself.
I assume they're gonna be able to kill my board back. This is the Orcus turn if they want it, yeah. I will be switching over to Snap around noon central today is the plan.
This land is both cradle and grave.
Let's do this
Them
together.
having to spend an evolve to clear my board back, I think is quite good for us. Because now I can Little Miss Bone Mancer.
Treat all my specimens equally.
Kill that. Do I want to spend 4 Necromancy to hit them for 2? This needs 6 Necromancy, and I'm gonna have 3 things in place. That's probably fine.
Fly forth into an endless sky.
See if they're willing to burn a Super Evo here on Olivia or not. Anytime the Puppet deck burns a Super Evo on a non-Orcus card, it's a big win for you. They did not. You think it's Cerberus without a Super Evo here? Is that crazy? Call me, baby. It's definitely Cerberus. There's just a question of, do I need to Super Evo here or not? Because they're at 20. So I think the answer is no. I think it's just trade this, hit you in the face for 3. Of course, I think we're still in the grinding portion of this game. This game have PvE modes. Yeah, there's a story component and some single player challenges, and then the option to play against AI opponents of varying difficulty.
That was a blast!
For you, dear, I would give anything.
I'll be your mentor.
Definitely starting with Olivia and see where we go from here.
Into an endless sky.
I think I'm evolving. I think I need to clean the board out this turn.
Rough and raring to go.
I think it's this.
Even fate shall fall to this. Follow my lead.
Clear you, clear you. Putting the Shadow Crypt Memorial into play represents a lot of damage in the bank, because this makes ghosts that have Bane, meaning they can attack the opponent's face right away, and if we find another Cerberus, Cerberus can power up these ghosts for a pretty big burst of damage. Keeping one of these in play as you enter the mid to late game in your Cerberus deck has a lot of value. Opponent assuredly has Orcus at this point. Just a question of how much value do they want to get out of her.
My life.
Mindless puppets truly are the best.
It's okay to feel sad.
Nature is a fumbling oaf.
This is not the end.
Well, that's scary. So each of these is going to deal 2 to me when they die. It gets open on Olivia.
Fly forth into an endless sky.
That's great. So I'm gonna evolve. I'm gonna play this.
My hand.
I think I'm burning my Super Evo here.
Even fate shall fall to this blade.
Because this doesn't kill my thing when it's Super Evoed, so I can go ahead and kill this. And then I will go ahead and attack with these because they don't take damage, and this pushes damage to my opponent. And getting this damage out early on me means she heals me for 4, which is great. I am out of Super Evos now, though, which makes my Cerberus a little bit less potent. They haven't played an Orcus yet. They're 19 cards into their deck, so I have to assume they have one at this point.
How can you be so sure in your convictions?
Oh wow, and they have to them having to Super Evo a non-Orcus is a big deal because it means their Orcus the opponent is out of burst damage now. I think them losing this last Super Evo means we're pretty favored here. Whenever a departed follower enters the battlefield, give it Bane. So I think it's this. And then he evolves himself because we have Necromancy. And then this can eat this. And then this has Bane from him, so he kills this. And then I can go ahead and play Mistress of the Fanged here, and she has Storm, so I can crack them in the face for 3.
Soon, these strings will be around your neck. Remain calm. It will be over soon. Scalpel.
My mom. Good for you.
Mourn for me as I mourn for you.
So obviously I need to clean their board out. I think I'm giving up some of my burst damage to do it.
Chains to Ashes.
So we do this, into this, into this, into hit you in the face for 3. Did I have lethal there? I'd like the record to reflect I've missed lethal. I'd like the record to reflect I've missed lethal. If you're on other servers, it's gonna be okay. I could have evolved for 2, and then that would have been 8, and then rage was 3. I didn't recognize my pivot point when we hit it, which is to say we were no longer the. We've had a very controlling role this game, and I missed the mark where we're like, okay, now we're supposed to kill them.
This land is both cradle and grave.
You only had 8 damage. No, I had a total of 11 last turn.
It is what it is.
That's fine. We're still in a pretty decent spot. Yeah, and +2 from the dog, so I would have had 13 total. I would have had 6 from the ghost, and then 2 from the Evo, and then 3 from this, and then 2 from the Cerberus puppet.
My mom. Good for you.
I treat all my specimens equally.
I think I do this just trying to set up for a big Cerberus turn next turn.
Dear, I would give anything.
I guess with the puppets, they clear the skeletons out, though. And now they're dead, right? This is 5 + 3. Okay, I'm not missing the lethal this time. So this is +2. This is +2. And then I could also trade this off for another 2. So I actually have 10 here.
Be still.
Okay.
I'm still incomplete.
Missed it on the previous turn. Got it that time. Thank you for the biddies, Jace. What's up, Bart? Thanks for the 2/3 of the year. Welcome back. Havencraft. Curious to see how this goes. Do we have enough pressure to be able to run them down before they stabilize and set up?
It's a game. Enjoy yourself.
I'm mulliganing everything except my 2 here, looking for more 1s, 2s, and 3s. And I think with 2 mummies on the open, we probably go energy mummy into second mummy. Did our opponent time out? It took a while for them to queue in. I don't think I've ever had an opponent time out at the start before. We're on waiting for response here. How long's the disconnect timer in this game? I know there was a client bug for a little bit where sometimes it would crash when you queued into a match, so hopefully that didn't happen to our opponent. Alright, cool. It's play game.
You are safe here.
Here's the booster.
Alright, let's kill one of these and gain a life back. Technically a tempo positive exchange for us, but this is the kind of downside of playing the more mid-rangey deck is it's harder to get aggressive draws in a matchup where we really need them because we're gonna have games like this where we kinda clunk on more expensive things. Now this gets to do that, heal and then clear, and then my early pressure just didn't matter here. Oh, they hit my face instead of hitting my guy. That's good for me.
Be still.
I don't think we're gonna be able to take an aggressive enough position in this matchup to make it worth spending an evolution to push 2 damage here.
Inquisitor dons his mask. Shadows.
The Darkhaven Ward is not very good against Argave. 7 damage directly, does not care about your ambush. Get out of here, nerd.
Rest.
Man, part of me wants to tap Olivia and just like crack them for 7, but that's gotta be wrong. It's it. If they Olivia me back next turn, I'm pretty sad about it. But I also don't mind just like churning some cards. This is close.
Fly forth into an endless sky.
Yeah, they can't Janine me next turn, is true.
Too easy.
I think I play this out so I have pressure left on the board if they Olivia me back.
Fly forth into an endless sky. Brace yourself. Even fate shall fall to this blade.
You are safe here.
Them not healing or making something bigger this turn is good for us.
Not the end.
On to the next hunt.
Because I think I do this and then super evolve him,
Beast.
which does 3 to each of us, and then does another 1.
It ain't good tonight. Too easy.
This is
Nothing
not
personal.
the end.
Do we just send this upstairs? I think we send this upstairs.
Be still.
Sending that upstairs means they're dead through Janine next turn because of our Agave plus the Shadow Crypt Memorial.
So Elsa's still asleep.
Behold divinity.
Rip time. Look out.
Rest.
I forgot they had these here still too. That's annoying. Man, we're running out of gas here. Oh, I think it's this, and I think it's this, but there's some question of, do I crack this turn, or do I save it? Oh, I can't use it with Olivia anyways. It could be good with Cerberus, I suppose, though. Do I spend this Evo to deal 3 to their face? No, it leaves us dead to a Griffin. But it deals 3 to both faces, then I'd go to 6, and then I'd die to Storm Griffin plus Darkhaven Grace. Oh, I die to it anyways because of their last Evo. Did I have any lines to play around that? I don't know that I did. But we found Havencraft's good matchup. It's Abyss. I could have Olivia'd to gain 2, but if I Olivia'd, I couldn't kill their Super Evo, right? Well, I don't think our opponent's draw was particularly impressive there either. It's pretty average. It still ended up running us down.
Those ephemeral dreams.
I'm gonna keep the 2-drop for early pressure and the Darksteel Demon for some card advantage. You almost never want to keep the 4-drop that heals you unless you're playing against something that's super aggressive. Thank you for the biddies, Jace. I appreciate the support.
For you, dear, I would give anything.
Some puppets here from the opponent, perhaps?
For you, dear, I would give anything.
So, I assume they're just gonna full trade boards here. I think this makes sense. The opponent tends to be... I think we tend to be the beatdown in this matchup.
I only read nothing personal.
This might be wrong. Sets us up to play the Demon next turn. Although, I probably don't want to do that into this board. I guess I could Demon and just not evolve it. That seems fine.
Demons aren't to be trusted.
And then if they don't clean up my board, I can Aragave next turn to clean theirs, and then pressure their life total.
This land is both cradle and grave.
I'll always look forward.
Why seek to fall from paradise?
This is Necromancy 8. So many. Man, all my lines here kind of suck. I think I just have to trade. Trade this Evo for 3 points of damage plus The dealing damage to myself is really not free against puppets. With their Orcus and eventually Liam at 10, they pivot on a dime.
Is that a jiggling purse I hear? Ding dong, ding dong.
I think I need to get some life gain going, so this sounds nice. Next turn's their Orcus turn, though, too.
I'll always watch over
I
you.
am keeper of memories.
I think I'm just using this to gain 2.
Thanks for the business.
Although maybe I don't need to do that, because if they're Orcusing this turn, with the 2/2, they wouldn't have full space on their board. I really don't enjoy playing the Spellcraft, the Spellbound deck. We tried to play a little bit of it yesterday, it just wasn't very fun for me. The decks that do nothing, the decks that just don't play to the board are just not fun for me personally.
Fly forth into an endless sky.
Opponent managing their hand size here a little bit.
A jiggling purse I hear.
Is it crazy to just get aggressive with Cerberus here? I think it's not.
You
Did this to me.
Chains to ash and boredom to dust. Let's toast 'em. We can flame 'em good.
So let's go.
Roll over.
This hits here.
Oh, it's tailing me.
This hits here.
Business.
Super revolve you.
I'll char everything to a crisp. Rip you to pieces. I'll rough you up.
So we hit you to 14.
Not the end.
We hit you to 8. And then I have 2 points of damage sitting on the board in the paw. And then I have another Cerberus next turn to push more damage as well. These have rush. No point in attacking with them. Their puppets going away. And our goal here is just to end the game before they can get set up with, before they can use Orcus into Orcus to kill us. Now they don't have an Orcus here, they're in an incredible amount of trouble, but there are 18 cards in their deck, so statistically they have one. She just only catches them up, she doesn't get them ahead.
This land is both cradle and grave.
Let's do this together.
Why seek to
That
fall
was a
from paradise?
blast.
Okay, they're still up their super evos here.
Run away. Ruh-roh.
By just Cerberusing again, think I might be.
Chains to ash and boredom to dust. Let's toast them. Quit tailing me. Get away! I'll char everything to a crisp. Rip you to pieces. Rip you to pieces.
Oh, that's so punishing.
Ah, boring.
Oh, we RNG'd into all of the ones that heal me and none of the ones that deal damage. That honestly might be the game. She brings back one cost things at random.
Thank you. I'm not lonely anymore. Proof I'm alive. Proof I'm alive. That was a blast.
So there's no RNG if you have only one in there, but when you have two of them, and I had 3 of the ones that deal damage and 2 of the ones that healed, and I rolled 2 of the ones that healed. Oh, I have to rage that one. That's so bad for me. All right, well, I guess we're doing this.
And boredom to dust. Let's toast them. We can flame them good. Quit tailing me. Run away. Roll over. That was a blast.
Oh, yep. Super cooked Liam and well, that's not Liam or Orcus. It does heal them though. I wonder if they evolve this UD to heal more. They did not. Okay, we got that going for us. Holy crap! They didn't evolve UD to heal, and this kills them, right? Oh, would they have died either way? I think they'd have died either way. They could have healed one here. Huge top deck. All right, some good variants after our Cerberus rolled the wrong pups to bring back. Sometimes lucky after our unlucky one earlier. All right, we're gonna play a few more with this one. It's been a fun mix of cards. We take a brief pause for the cause to let some adverts roll. Don't go anywhere, gamers. We got some more Shadowverse coming up. If you're enjoying the gameplay and you're on the YouTube side, don't forget to tap the like button. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps the content reach some more people. Been enjoying Shadowverse stuff in the mornings, and I appreciate the folks that have given a little bit of engagement and direct support to help it out. Do we know if having multiple copies in the bin count for the randomness, or if it's just counting each different one once? I don't know the answer to that, White Liger. I would assume every card that Cerberus can reanimate in the bin has a chance to get reanimated, but it could just be the unique ones. I don't actually know the answer to that. Could go either way. At what point do you stop spending on this expansion and start saving for the next? I'm already at that point, Lashabur. I spent like 200 bucks. I bought all of the starter packs and 2 of the $80 packs to load a bunch of stuff in to get everything pretty quickly. And at this point, I've got 25,000 vials and 45 or 50 packs worth of gold sitting and waiting. But if you're asking for you personally at home, it really just depends on like when you have enough cards that you're happy with. Oh wow, you went all in. 200 USD on a game like this is not remotely all in.
Medium rare or well done.
Speaking as someone who went all in on Pocket and has some regrets. I'm all in on Snap. I don't really have any regrets on that one. Snap's been good to me. Right, I think my Pokemon Pocket account over the course of 7 months has like 3 or 4 grand into it. And my Marvel Snap account lifetime is like probably close to 30,000 deep.
May wings be at your back.
Do we know what monetization is going to look like moving forward? Like, can we expect you to drop another 100 to 200 for the next expansion? So, we don't know the answer to that question for a few reasons, but like, well, the first one is we don't know how big the next expansion is going to be. But 2, even if the next expansion was equally big, I wouldn't need to spend the same amount of money I spent on this set to complete the next expansion because I already have like 45 packs queued up, right? Which is a good chunk of it.
I only read on the clock, nothing personal.
And that's really the emphasis, right? And that's a big part of problem with Pocket's economy. Like, Pocket doesn't really let you save up for the next expansion efficiently like that because pack points are limited per set. The fact that I, like, have a bunch of boosters and vials sitting ready to go, like a bunch of gold and vials sitting ready to go, means I have a huge jump start on the next expansion.
Special assignment today.
Having the ability to forward prep feels real good.
Next one for extra credit.
I give up.
Wow, this is such an incredibly busted start for my opponent. They just completely shrugged off my start.
I am keeper of memory.
Be still.
Don't forget to review.
We are definitely the beatdown of this matchup.
The spark of knowledge.
The high rolls out of the opponent's deck are just literally unbeatable. They're just not real life.
The smiling Undertaker dons his mask. Be at peace.
Don't be scared.
I have to spend my turn here treading water, which is not where we want to be, because while we're treading water, my opponent's building up towards Kuons and dimensional storms and stuff like that, and we just get complete. I think this type of game is showcasing why this Abyss deck is like solidly B tier and absolute best.
Get lost.
You just get so completely outclassed by the best decks, best draws. Even slightly above average draws. Their draws above average here, but not their absolute best by any means. We're just 0% from here, right? I can't answer this Q-on and we're dead.
Fly forth into
Did
an
Olivia
endless
give us a
sky.
shot? Maybe, question mark, Copium? I can reanimate, and then I can kill 2 things with this. The problem is I'm just like taking 8 and then I'm dead to another Kuon. So I think the line I have to take to not be dead to another Kuon is I have to do this.
Even fate shall fall to this
And then I can go Death Slash, this.
Into the night.
Follow my
And it's just
lead.
like, you're just like, you have such a hard time winning these games, right? Because like I'm spending so many resources to keep up on board, and like while we're trading boards, my opponent's building towards the big finish of a dimensional storm. So it's like you can kind of tread water, and then they drown you when you hit that like big point at the end.
May wings be at your back.
This is not the end.
Oh, I'm at 9.
Aren't their fangs just magnificent? I hope you try. Go.
This is my shot. Is murder botting them. We're just like never beating a Kuon or an Annie-Angrier here is the problem. There are 22 cards into their deck and have only played 1 Kuon and 0 Annies. If they're a little bit unlucky, Mistress plus Shadow Crypt Memorial plus a Super Evo could steal this next turn.
Right behind you, man.
Okay, well, that's less bad than Kuon. Still not great, but less bad.
My. Good for you.
Chains to ash and boredom to dust. Let's toast them. We can flame them good.
Do I want to gain life or do I want to push damage? I kind of want to do a little bit of both.
Quit tailing me. Roll over, run away. I'll char everything to rip you to pieces. Rip you to pieces. Ah, boring. No, roll over. Bro.
All right, this is all I got.
The spark of knowledge. On to the next.
This is that. It's exactly playing out exactly like we said. We're like treading water, treading water, treading water.
May wings be
Dimensional
at your
storm.
back.
Dimensional climb, whatever it's called.
Ready, Graham?
Right behind you.
There's the roommates on cue. Sage Light is actually the most tilting spell ever. Yeah, there was some confidently incorrect person in my video comments the other day letting me know that you absolutely did not need to be playing Sage Light to heal inside of the Runecraft deck, and I was just like, my dearest gamer.
Believe your magic.
Literally all of the games that the Runecraft deck wins against anything remotely aggressive is you need to hit that to get those heals in. I don't think I have any lines here, right? just pausing for a moment to think, but I believe we're just fully dead. There's no Medusas in our deck. Is a deck building decision that was made. We're basically playing Mistress of the Fang instead of... Yeah, we can hit them for 5. No, not quite 5, because this is 11. I can hit them with this, then I can do 4. Yeah, GG opponent. And to be fair, we've won games where Mistress of the Fang has had Storm, and I don't think having a bunch of Medusas likely lets us win this game. If those Mistress of the Fangs were Medusas, we don't die that turn, but we're probably still getting ground out. Which says you played Portal Artifact. What's going on, Tindera? We actually played Portal Artifact for the first 90 minutes today. It'll be a highlight on the YouTube channel for sure here soon. If you want to dig back in the stream archive instead of waiting for just the best games, you can do that today.
I long for sights unseen.
Forest Craft. We are definitely the beatdown here. I'm gonna mulligan for 2Zs. Saris is actually pretty good here too, because she lets us gain some life back after they chip shot us. Minnow is not great against all of their rush fairies. Probably still playing her on curve, but not particularly excited about it.
A job's a job. Let's play a game. Popping out.
That's a nice draw. Let me spend all my energy this turn. Depending on what they do here, we're definitely going to play a 5 next turn, just like which one depends if they develop their board or not. It's like or not is the answer.
Demons aren't to be trusted.
One of the things that's interesting about Sirris's templating is that her extra healing just triggers if she's super evolved, not when she super evolves, which means when you Olivia to super evolve an ally, she gets her bonus effect, which is nice. Yeah, so the thing to understand about Sanctum Showdown is Snap has changed it so their limited time game mode shops end after the game mode, so that way you can see how many resources you got from the game mode and then spend in the shop afterwards. So Sanctum Showdown in Snap ends today, and then you'll be able to spend your resources knowing exactly what your top is for a day or so after. Clean this board out here. I'm not applying any pressure here, and my opponent is slowly chipping away at us while they do so, making their combo turn easier.
On to the next hunt.
It's honestly not a bad draw.
Where'd their fangs go?
I don't think they can kill us next turn, famous last words. You know, I should probably evolve this and get two points in. I think that was a mistake. I should take my extra 2. It also makes it harder for their Glade to kill my card. And if Glade kills it anyways, but this is probably a game where I'm dying before I use all these evolutions, or they're dying before I use all these evolutions if I don't use one that turn. Evolving her would have made it harder for these fairies to gang up and kill her. Yes, I have 6 burn in hand as well, which is more incentive. I have 6 burn in hand and I have 2 burn on the board.
Same time tomorrow? Let Lily's magic guide you.
I see.
think I need to gain some life. I think I want to use a Super Evo to do it.
You will be my. I should have practiced more.
I think I need to kill the carbuncle. I think that letting them start the turn with that is not good for me. And then I think I'm putting this out because having the Shadow Crypt Memorial on the battlefield is really good if I top deck Shadowverse. I think that's better than getting Bone Mancer going here.
Let's play a game. Same time tomorrow?
Forest Guard dons his mask. Don't look away. Fellowship.
Morning already? You're in the splash zone, pal.
There's a very real chance we die next turn. I think I have to do this, which is unfortunate. It hurts me.
If I must,
I
I'll
failed you.
become a demon might. You're in my way.
Same time tomorrow?
I'm definitely doing this. And I think there's a question of, do I spend this extra play point to play another one out? I think the answer is yes. I think I just want the most ward possible here. Very, very real chance we die from 14 here.
How does one adopt?
These are not the plays of someone who thinks there's another turn in the game.
The world is full of splendor.
I assume it's just Roach Roach. They can't engage this. Yep. Oh, we're also dead to Bug Alert. Yep, I only need one Roach. I think I got one more LMB for this archetype. Gamers are so defensive about... I think one thing that I think has been really interesting about making Shadowverse content is that because Shadowverse has no large tournaments to pull data from like Pokemon Pocket,
My resolve is strong.
and
My
it has
energy
no public stats tracker like Untapped, this game is the most vibes-based what decks are good of any card game I've ever played. And I've gotten the most pushbacks and dislikes on my thoughts on what's good, bad, or otherwise from people whose vibes are just different. And this is one of the decks that
rough and raring to go.
people were big mad that I called it B tier. Every time I try and play it, it's just like, yeah, it's B tier. B tier is being generous.
I treat all my specimens equally.
You're in the splash zone.
Coin little bits. No, I'm pretty sure I'm coining out Mistress of the Fanged on turn 5. Like that last game showed, I need to actually kill them.
Like Lily's magic guidance.
I am keeper of memories.
They just like Medusa, Cerberus, and Dog Girls. Unironically, I think a lot of the people mad that I say this archetype's kind of men are just horny. It is the gooniest archetype that this game has.
What's today's happy little surprise?
Roar, O burning gale! Where there's light, there's joy!
Made a narrow escape.
Let's play a game! Let's play a game!
Be cleansed.
Man, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to pivot here or not. I could Mistress, hit them for 5, but then I'm taking 5 on the backswing. I'm still 2 turns off of Cerberus. That's close. I'm gonna hit him for 5. I feel like going long here is just not a winning strategy for us, I don't think.
Let's play a game! Same time tomorrow?
I assume I'm not getting to have another turn with this bait unit. I assume they're murdering her in some way, shape, or form. They probably have a Glade, and they're, like, debating if they want to overdraw. They should definitely Glade and overdraw if they have it. Almost assuredly.
Forest guard dons his mask.
Fly, my
Yeah,
arrow!
this was their holdup, is they weren't sure they wanted to overdraw.
My. Good for you.
They don't have any zeros, which is good for us. This using up my shadows is unfortunate, though.
Be at peace.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
I failed you.
Hush.
I should have practiced more!
I have to pump the brakes now, which does not feel good.
Put her under the breach.
If they kill this without dealing any damage to me, that would be great. Oh no, we're dead. Okay. Ooh, that's a pretty big mistake. They missed getting their 0. Hopefully that costs them and they can't kill me now. It's a little baby. Combo is 4.
This ends here!
Feeling pretty alive, he coped. Feeling pretty alive. I don't know that we're going to be able to live through next turn. I'm feeling pretty alive this turn. That's down to 5, yep. It's the bug alert.
Let's play a game!
Be cleansed.
I get to go back up to 11.
Chains to ash and boredom to dust!
So I have this. I have this hit here. Yeah, if I had shadows, we could have killed them with Cerberus. But because we didn't have shadows, they don't die to Cerberus.
I'll chaw everything to a crisp. Rip you to pieces. Rip you to pieces. Ah, boring.
You are not forgotten.
Don't
Was my failure written in the stars?
The fact that I had to use my shadows, my necromancy on the crypt ward to stabilize the board meant I couldn't pivot and actually kill them here. But I didn't have an option to not be dead the turn I did that was the problem.
Same time tomorrow. For my people.
They have exactly lethal with the super evolve plus the cairn. Every time I play Mukon, I wish I hadn't. Yeah, I think that's my number one takeaway from playing this build is this card seems like an absolute fucking trap. I don't know. I think I'm probably done playing Cerberus decks until we get cards in the next expansion. You have a fine Portal Craft matchup, I think it's one big appeal, but you just get absolutely dumpstered by an average rune draw. And there's just like, I can't race Forest Craft. Swordcraft is hard. It's not impossible, but it's not as impossible as Rune, but it's hard. I've tried a lot, and we've fried a lot of MMR trying to make it work, but honestly, after playing this deck today and the last time we played it, I'm starting to feel like my B ranking in the tier list was probably too generous. I think if you want to play Abysscraft, the Abysscraft aggro deck is pretty good. I like this build that's super low to the ground and runs them over quickly, but the bigger, more controlling one is just no bueno. All right, I'm gonna tap an advert. We're gonna kick on over to playing some Marvel Snap for the morning. Appreciate everybody hanging out here for some Shadowverse. If you want some more Shadowverse content from me, I have a highlight ready to post over on that channel. We've been playing a ton of Forest Craft, and if you want to see a 5-win streak we went on with Forest Craft the other day while ranking up, I'm publishing that on the YouTube channel now. I appreciate the people that give those watches and thumbs up. If you want to watch some Marvel Snap, you want to kick over to the Jeff Hoagland channel for that. I will be heading on over to that game next.